Well, thank you so much, Rob Flaherty, for coming to SU today. We're very happy to have you as the CEO of Ketchum, and I'm excited for your insight and everything that you will share with us today. I'm going to go ahead and start off. The first question I have for you today is, why did you come to Newhouse, and what are you hoping to accomplish?
Well, Sydney, thanks. First, thank you very much for interviewing me and for the warm welcome I've already received here. I think the world of Syracuse University and the Newhouse School, I think it's a phenomenal place to learn about our field. I'm very proud of having a Syracuse University degree,
Yes.
and so my primary reason was to give back. I've been very fortunate to have a terrific career in our field, and I hope I can help to inspire other people to go into the field and feel very excited about it, even more excited than they already are, because they're fortunate to go into the great schools in our country. And I'm just here to mostly inspire folks and give them a little bit of advice on how to get started, and also show them how much this field is changing and how excited they should be about it. I think we're at a moment of ascendancy for public relations and communications. It's never been a better time to go into the field. Mm-hmm. Our firm is growing really fast as a result of that, and I think social media and all the social platforms have been God's gift to our field.
Yes.
And it's opened up so many doors, and I just want to share some of that excitement.
Now, you mentioned how the industry is changing, and I know one of the things that is really playing a pivotal role in its change is analytics and digital analytics specifically. Could you please speak to how digital analytics plays a strong role in your business?
Yeah, it's going to become ever more present throughout our lives in this field. The good news is that let the engineers and the mathematicians and the technologists figure out a way to make it easy for people who aren't math geeks to use data and analytics. So not really requiring that people become math geeks in order to do this well, because the stuff is, dashboarding and all kinds of automated technologies are making it easier. But people are going to want to develop their sense of cause and effect.
Right.
Of what we do. Here's a way of thinking about it. I tell all of our account executives that in the very near future, you're going to be coming in every morning excited to see the results of the campaign the night before.
Right.
In the political world, they call them the overnights. And in the television primetime ratings, they call them the overnights of what happened overnight. So increasingly, so many of the campaigns we do can be measured in real time. And you'll come in and you'll see what happened, and then dial up and dial down the parts that worked and the parts that didn't. And so I do need people to want to move into an era in which we have those kinds of analytics, and they are really excited about seeing how their campaign is working or not working.
Wow, that's great. Do you have any piece of advice that you would give to Newhouse faculty and students of how to prepare their graduates to be job ready one day?
Sure. The first thing that I think is a challenge for educators, and we have a great professional development curriculum at Ketchum called Ketchum University, and it's a challenge for us too. Everything is changing so fast that if I were helping to develop a curriculum here, I would have to question how fresh is it. Is it? I would probably move to mostly links and online materials and printouts of very current material versus greater reliance on textbooks that take a couple of years to publish, because things are changing so fast. So it has to be very topical, it has to be in the moment in order for it to be really, as you say, job ready right now.
Right.
So I think that is quite a challenge, though, because the world of academia, when I was growing up in it, was built on tenure and years of experience and imparting those years of experience to the next generation. And of course, that's still true. People with 20, 30 years of experience bring strategic thinking, judgment, perspective that you could never have when you're 21. But people who are 21 have this incredible window into the way that people communicate and share information that's incredibly valuable too. And it begs the question, how old would the most relevant professor be these days? And you would have to say how much the world has changed. Someone who's been really working hard at a digital and social Marcom or public relations firm for the past 5 years could be a pretty effective teacher.
That's true.
In addition to the people who have longer tenure in the field or in teaching.
So maybe it would be good to have a mix of both.
A mix, yeah.
Yes. And I know you had the pleasure of having lunch with some of our students today, you know, and you got to converse with them and enjoy your meal. And I wanted to also know, what is your perception of Newhouse students so far?
Yeah, well, it was already incredibly high, and now it's even gone up even higher because the students were incredibly impressive. They had great diversity in every sense of the word, and you know, people from all over the world, different ethnic backgrounds, people with different language skills. One of the things I always enjoy talking to college students about is I ask, what's your major and what's your minor, right?
Right.
It's interesting, the majors can't change all that fast, and I've learned over time, renaming a whole major at a university takes a long time.
Right.
But renaming courses happens faster, revamping courses happens faster, and minors happen faster. So I learned a little bit about iSchool, I think it's called here, and
Yes.
raising entrepreneurs and the information technologies, web design, you know, people with all kinds of interests in the world, global, international business. And so that mix of a marketing, advertising, television and film, or public relations core degree, surrounded by all the great things at Syracuse University, and an interesting major, is it's just such a winning combination, and I was reminded of that when I met with the students.
Yes. You did go to Utica to receive your degree in Syracuse University. Now, would you recommend that students put on their resume like interesting coursework or classes that they have taken that can set them apart to their other peers when they apply for a job?
Yeah, something I find that, I don't know, college counseling offices seem to leave out, because I ask to see resumes all the time, and I don't see people listing the courses they've taken. Now, you don't have to list all of them. It would take up your whole page. But you should pick the top 3 or 4 that have really interesting progressive titles. That are, you know, I took a course in digital cinematography. I took a course in negotiating in different cultural environments. I took a course in web design or in ethics in advocacy. You know, those are progressive. They suggest that you're involved in the social and digital platforms and visual storytelling and societal issues. And list them, just with your education, courses included, and list 4 of them, if you happen to have interesting sounding ones, which I think around here you do.
Yes, you don't fall short from having those.
Yeah, because in some ways that'll be the most interesting thing on your resume. Given the revolution that's happened in our business, we are looking for people who are very used to doing visual storytelling, are used to studying and working in social platforms, are used to data and analytics by now. And, you know, other than a really progressive internship, you're not going to see that on the resume. So I find there's an overemphasis on jobs you've had. If a job is not in your field, I would one-line it. Yes, we like to hire people who work hard. But if you worked at a florist shop in a restaurant, it shouldn't take up more space than those awesome courses you took that somehow seem to get graduated Syracuse, May 2018, GPA 3.4, and that's it. I mean, so much of the value you bring to the workplace is all of this. It's all what you were surrounded with in the Newhouse School and the diversity of courses you were able to take, including not just in Newhouse, but the whole university. So include that.
We will definitely take that into account. Well, I want to thank you again for coming today, and we're really excited to hear you speak tonight, and thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, Sydney. Thanks to everyone at Syracuse for the warm welcome.